I thought you would be
No,
cuter.
I just thought you'd be taller. Yeah. Well, I'm not, so here we are. Welcome to Love in Brief, a sort of kind of sometimes brief ABDL podcast focused on issues of love. That's love for yourself. Mm-hmm. That is love for romantic partners. Mm. That is love for your community. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just about love of diapers, baby. But today is not that day. Today we're talking about loving lots of different people.
Can we also love diapers
and
today?
Well, yeah. Let's face it. It's an ABDL podcast. We'll get into that.
Also, happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride. So
Yay.
Every June, yay, we love to celebrate Pride with a couple of episodes focused on people in the LGBTQ plus community. So this is one of those episodes. And Lola, this is one that we have wanted to do for a while. And
I'm really excited.
I know.
Also, by the way, I'm Lola.
Oh, hi, Lola. I'm RY. It's a pleasure to meet you and all of you with your many listening ears. Why is this episode so important to you, Lola?
Well, I am bisexual. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is something, obviously, I love to talk about because it is my own identity and something that I have proudly been living for maybe about 5 years. Mm-hmm. I came out as bisexual. And I have, as you know, 2 partners. Mm-hmm. You that identify
as a man,
and my other partner that identifies as a woman. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited to be able to talk about just my own experience in this community as well as in life as being a bisexual. And I do think that bisexuals in general sort of either have a bad rap or get a little bit pushed to the side.
Yeah.
When you think about LGBTQ plus, the B is probably like the least talked about one right now, yeah. I feel like. So
that has been my experience too. And I'm super excited to have this platform and talk about what it's like to be bi and bring issues that bi people face to the surface. Like, this is an awesome hour, and to talk about all the great things about being bi. So, yeah. So I know that you have found 2 amazing guests to bring on, and I will let you introduce them. I will say one thing that's super fun for me doing this podcast is that I am often the token straight guy in the room. And today I get to be the token straight guy. So I'm going to do my best to not say anything profoundly stupid, but I have lots of questions, lots of things I'm wondering about, and lots of things that I have yet to learn. So I'm really looking forward to this discussion.
Yay, I'm excited. All right. Well, our first guest I'm going to introduce goes by Northern Life. And Northern Life, welcome to Love in Brief. Please tell us about your love.
Well, thank you so much for having us on. I was trying to think about the answer to this for the last few days since we connected. And I would say my love is contradiction a little bit. It's evolving. It's never the same one day from another. And I'm always learning about what different love I can share, what different love I have in my life, but also sort of the love is love at the end of the day for me. And I don't know what it's going to be in 10 minutes or 4 hours from now or even 2 seconds from now. So that is my love. My love is unknown.
Yay.
Yes.
That's so great. I mean, that's sort of like such a gift of being bisexual is like, who knows? Like, love wins, and also love can come and be in so, show up in so many different ways in our lives. So that's awesome.
Also, My Love is Contradiction is a great album name, and I will buy that record as soon as you put it out. That's fantastic.
I love it.
Me too.
All right. And our second guest, V, welcome to Love in Brief. I'm so glad you're here. Please tell us about your love.
Oh my God. So I have this love for life. I love energy. I love people. Like, I love being like just present in moments, going out, experiencing life. I love diapers. Probably one of the reasons why I'm here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's not just a bisexuality podcast. This is a diaper podcast.
Yeah. I love that you guys put this on. Like, I was telling Lola before, like, you guys have no idea, like, how much this meant for me. Like, hearing your podcast way back when, and, like, just learning to love myself, and, like, hey, I might be different, but, like, I'm a lovely kind of different, and, like, I can love that about myself now.
Oh, you're just warming my heart. Thank you so much.
And I love your radio talk show host voice.
Oh.
Can you imagine having that in your ear? Come on. I'm so lucky.
Oh, you guys.
Yes.
No, I'm just so proud that we've gotten to play a part in your own hard work of self-love. That's amazing. And I think we'll probably get into self-love today. I don't know how we couldn't. And I don't want to steal the thunder, Lola, but I feel like I want to ask you just as many questions as I want to ask our guests.
Okay. I'm here for that.
So just be ready that I might throw a couple of these out to you as well. But
yes, Daddy.
I would love to know sort of, we all have like ABDL origin stories, right? Are there bisexuality origin stories? Are there moments that y'all realized, hey, I don't know that I'm one thing or the other. I think I'm both. I think I'm into both and more.
Oh yeah. Quite a few.
But tell me about it. I'm so curious.
So like the minute I kind of realized that like it wasn't just like a single attraction type. I think Lola said it best when like we were talking the first time, is like being attracted to like very opposite ends, like super masculine people and super feminine people. And then kind of later in life experiencing that maybe like I can be attracted to people that fall in the middle as well. But like when like I've dated girls, I've dated guys, it's just like I don't look at like someone's like gender and say, well, that immediately like, oh, I can't experience like a relationship with this person. I find like I'm very demisexual anyway. And I know y'all did a podcast on that as well. Yeah, it was great.
We did. Yeah, go back and listen to the Demi episode. It's a good one.
So good.
It was so good. And I was like, there's a lot of this that like I really like identify with, and like more so if I have that emotional connection with someone, like whether they're male, female, identify one way or the other, it doesn't really change the fact that I have this emotional connection. And that's really what I seek out anyway.
That's interesting. And I'm so glad you brought this up, because I said, I'm not into one or the other, implying that there are two genders. But you very astutely were like, I'm not talking about two genders. I'm talking about all of it. Yeah. Do you distinguish at all between bisexuality, pansexuality? Is it the same? Like, how do you think about these terms with regard to your own sexuality?
It used to be very, I used to separate them a lot more. Now they're kind of, I almost see them as synonyms in my own head now. Simply because like everyone falls somewhere on a spectrum, right? It's just like sexuality, like gender, like everyone falls somewhere on a spectrum. And it doesn't matter to me, honestly, like that isn't one of the, I guess you could say, primary attractiveness quality for me. Like a lot of it is emotional. So like physical traits or like physically how you present doesn't really like say yes or no for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know for me sometimes it's just all about the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, Yeah.
That's so good. And that helps me understand it. And it's particularly interesting to me how you're talking about like at first they felt more binary and now it is less so.
Yeah.
That it's more in that pain.
I have dated multiple women who have like more masculine traits, but like present femininely and vice versa. And like, dated a bunch of guys that have a lot of feminine traits. And like, it's made me open my eyes a lot more to like treating them more as synonyms versus one or the other.
Pansexual and bisexual as synonyms. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. And Northern Life, I had thrown this question out about an origin story. Do you have a moment that you remember where you went, hey, I think I might be bisexual?
Depending on how R-rated we can get on the show, but for me, it was a very drunk night in university when I went out to a bar, and the group that I was out with, we were a group of just college friends who were going through our classes, and we started hanging out. We went back to one person's place, and the one who identified as a lesbian at the time, I think she's now married, and I went into my room, and about 20 minutes later, we were watching CSI Miami. I don't know how that was a turn on, but we decided that was going to be our origin story of how I lost my virginity to a woman. And by the end of the opening credits, I went, oh, I should try this at least twice in my life to make sure I actually liked it, or if it was just something that was, how do I say, a fleeting one-night drunken stupor. So I decided that let's try it again, and I found out that I was actually attracted to women more than I thought I was. So it was a awakening with a Horatio Kane in CSI Miami.
Maybe you're just CSI Miami sexual?
Yeah,
maybe. For some reason, CSI Vegas didn't do it for me.
Oh, no.
I know a lot of ABDL folks who trace back to like that episode of Tom and Jerry or that episode of whatever. I've never heard CSI Miami before for a sexual awakening, and I love it very much.
I'm happy to pop your cherry for you there.
Thank you for that.
So, Northern Life, I'm curious, before this CSI Miami awakening, we'll call it, did you primarily identify as gay? Or
I don't think I had a label at that time because I was more concentrated on that whole thing called studying, and I think I let my dating life sort of go to the side. But I had dated some women in high school and beginning of university, but at that time, before that party, it was mostly men that I was dating. And flash forward to where we are today, where I'm married to a man, and I still identify as bisexual, and that's a whole nother story we can get into another few minutes probably.
Sure.
But I would say that at that time, I was more identifying as gay, and then after that, and then like I said, you have to do I'll try everything twice, because the first time you're not sure if you're actually going to like it, and then the second time, and then by the 10th time, and then by the 100th time, you're like, oh, I actually do like this. Maybe women are fun.
100 times, Jesus.
That's
my friend. I am proud.
Hey,
awesome.
University is when you're supposed to sow your seeds, right?
Exactly.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm wondering, Lola, did you have a moment like this? Did you have a moment where you thought, I think I might be bisexual?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember a specific moment, but I do remember being in like middle school and high school, like being attracted to my friends. But I think then I more equated it to like, I really like this person, like as my friend. I didn't realize it was like an attraction to them. I do remember there were a couple of friends that I like kissed in middle school because like we were doing truth and dare or like, or whatever, at a sleepover. And I remember being really into it, but also not really like thinking about like, oh, I actually liked that. It was just sort of like, I kissed my friend. Okay, now we do the next dare or whatever, right? But I do remember
V's feeling it.
So earlier, like I only had dated boys in high school. And then I remember when I met my ex, I remember I met them when I was 18, and I remember telling them very early on, their big secret was like, hey, I'm into diapers. And my big secret was like, I think I might be bisexual. And I also think I might be able to love more than one person, but like I wasn't able to specifically say like polyamory or be as direct about it. And then we got married, and then I was super like good Catholic girly wife for a very long time. And so I was never able to actually like explore that. And when I figured out like I needed more, it was more so like I think I really want to spread love more. And this isn't a poly episode, but in me becoming like realizing I'm poly, like my bisexuality also very much came back into the picture, because I was like, well, I want to love more than one person, and like that could be a man, that could be a woman. And I remember saying this to my ex, and they were like, what? And I was like, I told you this like 16 years ago. You know what I mean? But again, our lives go on, right?
Sure,
in a very different way. And So I think I've always been very like hetero relationship presenting, but I don't know that that's always what I've actually really wanted or only what I wanted, you know? Yeah.
Oh
V, I heard you resonating over there. Tell me about that.
Okay, so growing up, I'm trans, and so like I was born intersex, so I was born XXY. I have Klinefelter syndrome, so I always grew up very, very femboy-esque, and it wasn't even like trying to be. That was just natural. And there was multiple times where all of my friends, and I had a lot of guy friends and a lot of girlfriends growing up, and like growing up, like I never, like when I would hang out with my guy friends, it was always like they were talking about like, oh, like you know how guys like have a tendency to, I don't know how to say this without being like kind of abrasive about it. Like sometimes some guys, especially young guys, when hormones are going crazy in high school, they talk about women as like a conquest.
Oh, for sure.
And I would always look at that and be like, you guys are gross. Like that's, and then like, well, you're just girly or whatever. And it's like, yeah, you were right. But anyways, besides the fact, I remember distinctly like dating women, and growing up, I was always confused because like, I don't know if I dated them because I like them or if it was more just gender envy. And then like when I was 17, I lost my virginity to a guy, and I was like, well, I like that too. Is that okay? How do I deal with this? And then I started dating a woman, and I was like, well, I like that as well. Like maybe I'm just bi and maybe like non-binary. So I went with that. And then like for years and years and years. And then one day, like I just looked in the mirror and noticed that like it wasn't even like they, them in the mirror anymore. Like I was always dressing feminine and like always like, when people would call me by feminine pronouns and stuff, when I would go out, it always made me feel different inside. It made me feel good inside. And like I was finally seen, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm trans, like, and I'm bi, pan, whatever, like I want to call it today. Like, it is what it is. Like, I just like people, and it doesn't matter what their gender or sexuality they identify as at this point.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you brought up too being intersex. Thank you for sharing that. I've always wanted to do a whole episode on being intersex as well and how that plays in the ABDL world. And someday we will cover that one too. That's part of the plus of LGBTQ plus, right?
Yes.
But you distinguish between sex and gender. And so I'll just pause for a moment because that's not something that necessarily everybody who listens to the podcast has made that distinction before. But based on your description, it sounds like we may have similar definitions that sex is the sex that is assigned to you, that is sort of biologically, that gender is the gender that you identify as. So when you say I'm trans, that's a gender. When you say I'm intersex, that's a sex. Am I interpreting that correctly?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's great. I just in case people are like, wait, what's the difference between intersex and all that? So thank you for that. And then sexuality is a whole different thing. So we talk about bi or pan. That's who am I attracted to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's really helpful. Thank you. What is it like? I just am so curious for all three of you. Like, what is it like navigating the world as a bisexual person? What is it like? What are the ups and downs?
Very hard at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because you said it so eloquently at the top of the show where the B in LGBT is often forgotten about, right? So I listen to other podcasts and I listen to my friends talk, and they sort of don't even think about bisexuality in the day-to-day world that we live in. It's very binary at the end of the day. You're either queer or straight, one or the other. There's no in between in this world that we live in right now. And when I go out and I talk to people or even hang out with people in our community, you kind of get boxed into one side or the other. You're either queer or you're straight. There's no in between. And then when you tell people you are bi, like I've done numerous times, men will say, gay men will go, "Oh, what do you mean? You sleep with women? What's that all about? Like, you're not one of us anymore.
You're not really gay anymore."
Exactly. And then when you tell women that you're bisexual, it's like, "Oh, did you see this hot man over here? Well, no, I want to be with you right now. I want to be with the woman with the breast that's in front of me right now, not the man with a penis. So let's talk about you." So it's hard in the world that we live in. And I say this with as much respect as I possibly can. I know I'm probably going to get, you're probably going to get mail from this one. Gay men are catty as heck. And
I think we all know this. I think
they
would
are
also
worse than even some people I know. And I just go, wow. So half the time I just try to stay to myself because I don't fit on one side or the other. And I'm in this sort of in-between moment in this world where you don't feel accepted by both sides.
Oh, I feel that, interestingly enough. Like, I go to a lot of lesbian events because I have a girlfriend, and we're both, like, bisexual, but we're, like, romantically monogamous and romantically very lesbian. We go to a lot of WLW, like, Women Love Women spaces, and sometimes, like, when we go there, like, I go in there and, like, people are like, well, you know, like there'll be a guy there and like I'll be the only one talking to like the guys and vice versa, or like we'll go to like a gay event and like I'm talking to women. Like we have a gay bar here and there's a lot of gay men there. It's called Scorpio anyways. I just thought I'd preface that. And like I get a lot of like people who look at me and like, well, you're not really a lesbian. Ooh. You're more straight. I'm like, no, I'm bi. Like, I'm dating a woman. Like,
you're not really a lesbian. That sounds like kind of painful.
Yeah.
Like, feels like that might hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of, I think for me, being bisexual it's like I'm proudly bisexual, and most people in my life know this, and most people in my life know I have 2 partners, and I'm not ashamed of that at all. But I do think that I don't know how to talk about it in regular like society a lot. And I'm just reminded of this story. So a couple of years ago, my girlfriend got this really great honor and recognized at a very big HRC event that she invited me to. And I was so happy to be there with her to support her. And people were talking a lot about just being prejudiced against as a lesbian or as a gay person. And the bis never really enter the conversation usually. And I remember we were standing in line to like, after the whole big presentation and like whatever that we were there for. And there were celebrities there and we were standing in line to like go meet this person. And I was talking and my girlfriend asked me like, how did that whole conversation make you feel? You know, about how hard it is to live in this world as a queer person. And I was like, you know, I don't know that I think what I said was, and this is somehow, I still feel this way, probably not as much since having that conversation, but I still feel like I don't know that I really am, I don't know that I have the privilege of entering into that conversation because I don't feel very prejudiced against, but maybe that's because I don't really bring up the fact that I'm bisexual. I'm very hetero looking because you are my primary partner, RY, you know? And I think that I haven't really been very prejudiced against in this way. So I feel like I don't really have a voice or an opinion in this. And like, I feel so much empathy for my, you know, gay and lesbian brothers and sisters. But like, I don't know that I really like have a voice in this conversation. And at that moment, someone came up, one of our friends, to get in line with us and was like, what are we talking about? And my girlfriend goes, by erasure. And
by erasure.
Yes. And this person goes, who's doing it? Who do I have to beat up? And she goes, Lola's doing it to herself. And in that moment, I felt I was like, wait, what? Am I? And I'm the problem. It's me.
Oh, Tay, we love you.
Yeah. You were invalidating your own experience.
Yeah.
Because you didn't feel like you had been through hard enough times as a result of your sexuality to be a part of that conversation.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
I see. One of the themes that I'm hearing even early on in this conversation is that it sounds like for maybe many bisexual people that it's an experience of not belonging anymore.
Imposter syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're not gay enough to be gay, or you're not lesbian enough to be lesbian, or you're not persecuted enough to be queer.
Yeah.
But where do you belong, right? Like it feels like it may include an experience of feeling like you don't belong anywhere. Yeah. Is that true?
I would agree to disagree in some sense, because I think there is a space for bisexuality in today's world. I think bisexual people from anywhere in this world just need to start owning up to it and being more visible.
Yeah.
Like with like this podcast in itself, right? We're sort of quote unquote coming out of the proverbial bisexual closet here and saying, hey, we're here, we're bisexual, get ready to love both sides of the gender spectrum.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I think we are living in a society where we are, and I go back to my original statement, we're very binary in our society right now. And until more and more people start openly talking about it, we need the Neil Patrick Harrises of the bisexual community to come out on the cover of People magazine and say, hey, I'm bisexual, for people to actually understand that we're here, because we're not as visible because I don't want to say we don't make it our identity, but we don't push it and flaunt it as one might think you should have to in today's society.
Especially if you are monogamous, right? How do you even talk about that?
This idea of being more out or more prominent, I'm wondering, like, are there people to look up to? Are there famous sort of totems of bisexuality that you can look up to and say, oh, that is a pillar of the community, or that is somebody that I know this is true for other sexualities, other subgroups within LGBTQ plus world. Are there famous bisexual people that you are able to look up to?
Absolutely,
Lola?
but they're more female based.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
You'll get a lot of like singers and actors that are females that come out and say, yeah, I'm bisexual. But like on the male perspective, that's a lot smaller. Like there's only 2 or 3 off the top of my hand I can even think of.
Huh. I am curious. I assume these are people who have come out, so it's okay to talk about, but who are those people that you can look up to, either female or male, or neither or both?
There's no one that comes to the top of my mind. And in the field that I work in, I think I should be able to come up with 1 or 2, but it's hard. And that's saying something about our society, because maybe we just aren't as, again, open about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so telling. Because nobody on this call is like, yeah, let me list 5. You know what I mean?
Well, I was literally going to Google it just to make myself sound smart in this conversation. But I was like, don't.
The one person I remember just came out as bi is, what's her name? Hayden Pantier.
Save the World, Save the Cheerleader Girl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just came out as bi.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we're all like having to Google this, which I think is is so telling. We don't have bisexual icons.
Yeah.
The one person I knew of as a young adult was David Bowie. That was the one.
Yeah.
And that's from the 70s. Like,
right.
I was about to say that too, but I was like, was he bisexual? I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, even when I found out that he was bisexual, going like, oh, how does that work? You know what I mean? Like, like we don't have stories and legends and icons to celebrate and look up to.
Yeah. Oh, Fletcher, another artist.
Fletcher?
I know this because I was at a predominantly lesbian party last Pride. And I remember my friend being like, well, fuck Fletcher for being bi now. Like, all the lesbians are turning bi. And I was like, hey, what about me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rough thing to hear.
Yeah. Like,
know?
yeah. And my girlfriend like stuck up for me because I didn't say anything about it. Because again, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. And that's the thing, is that I wonder if it's that we don't feel comfortable because it's like, I never want to create or make a space that is like a lesbian space feel uncomfortable because I'm not quote unquote lesbian, or, you know, right. Like you've talked about when we talked with Noah and Fancy about going into gay spaces, right? You were like, I never want to like walk into that space and like,
kind of mess it up.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So you feel that in lesbian spaces. Interesting. So, I mean, that doesn't leave a lot of spaces for you to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I feel that in gay bars when I go into gay bars because it's really funny too, because like I say that and like, I walk in with my girlfriend, like holding hand with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And people look at us and I'm like, oh, two lesbians, like you belong here. But then I'm like, but the guys are hot too.
Right. Yeah.
How do I deal
You're like,
with
I'm
this?
actually also going to flirt with you though. So,
but I will say this, it's really fun to go into like a gay bar and flirt with gay men, because they don't follow me around and creep on me all night.
I bet that is a nice change of pace.
It's like a safety factor that I can go in and flirt with men and not get like harassed the rest of the night.
Yeah, that I can imagine that's probably quite refreshing. I'm wondering, at Northern Life, when you go into, you mentioned that you're married to a man, that sometimes you go into gay men's spaces. Does it feel that way to you? Do you have this same sort of like, I don't fully belong here feeling?
I've never really felt welcomed in the grand sense of in gay spaces, but that's more my own personality because I'm not someone who likes to. I'm an extrovert introvert a little bit. Like I really like being around people, but then like once I'm home and after work, I'm like, don't talk to me. I want to be by myself. So I'm not really going out. But when I was coming up as a bisexual man, I guess I can say, I would have a hard time going with my gay friends to the gay bar and then the week after going with some straight guys to an actual bar and trying to hit on women when they're saying, didn't I just see you at the gay bar last week making out with that random dude on the side of the bar? Well, yes, I was, but now I want to make out with you. Is that okay? And then you sort of get the stereotype of, oh, maybe not. I don't want to actually touch you with a 10-foot pole, so I'm going to walk away. Maybe it was the time, and we're talking about almost 25 years ago. Oh, God, I'm old. 25 years ago.
I do that too.
Maybe it's changed since I was a young whippersnapper.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my gosh. Does it work the opposite way? Would you be equally concerned that some of the men from the gay bar would see you flirting at the straight bar? That would somehow disqualify you or make you not as welcome?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. But that's more the fact that they would see me like, why were you making it with me and now you're making it with this woman? Yeah. Well, because I'm bisexual. What do you mean you're bisexual? You didn't tell me this last night when we were making out and you had your hand down my pants? Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize I had to wear it like a badge of honor that I'm bisexual.
Like, that's interesting. Is that something that you feel like, should we be qualifying that for people? I don't know that we should, but like I do find people get sort of taken aback when they realize that you are that I guess I should speak for myself, that like I am bisexual, you know, but I also don't think I should just announce that, but maybe I should. I don't know.
What is the concern, do you think, that they have?
I think that people think I'm like lying to them or something if I don't, or it doesn't like mean that it's not like valid or true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That concept of validity keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Is this valid? Is it true enough? Can you own this as valid, I think is the word I keep hearing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's valid, but I also think it's them not understanding.
Yeah.
They don't understand that there could be someone in this world that is attracted to two people. And maybe it's just their own ignorance. Maybe there's a little bit of undertone of.
Maybe it's insecurity.
I was actually, that was the word I was going to choose, is insecurity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I see.
Because I've had people tell me right to my face, oh, it's just a phase you're going through. You're going to end up with a man or a woman at the end of the day. And I'm like, well, I did technically end up with a man.
Sure.
But I still play with women on the side.
Yeah.
It's not at the end of the day that I'm only attracted to men. And trust me, in the ABDL community, there is more men in the community that I'm seeing, but there are more women that I'm seeing more prominently around. I'm going, wow, this is a hot woman. I'm going to follow them. I'm going to see and reach out to them when I'm on my travels for work and see if we can connect. And then once they find out you're bisexual, it's, oh, so we're not going to do anything sexual. Well, no, I want to do something sexual.
Huh. Uh-huh.
I just am struck by that, again, that instant sort of invalidation of I just told you I'm into you. Yeah. Well, you're not that into me, I guess, because you also like men or whatever. Yeah. Like you must be incorrect somehow.
And that's why even on FetLife, I refuse to put my sexual orientation because it boxes you in. And for a while there, I did have it up there as bisexual. And no men or no women would talk to me when I reached out to them. And when I went incognito, more people were like, oh, this person's just married, quote unquote married. So let's talk to them now.
Well, and I do think that's super unfair as a man. I do think that more people are like okay with women being bisexual than men.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's super unfair. Yeah.
Interesting.
It goes back to the old Seinfeld episode where Elaine is dating a gay man, and she says it's a dream come true to turn a gay man to the straight side. And I think that's where a lot of people are, is women look at bisexual men and say, well, you're just going to go back to a man right afterwards. So there's no point of me investing any time or energy into this war. Gay man will look at a bisexual man and say, there's no reason to invest any energy because you're just going to go have fun with a woman right now.
Oh, interesting. I had heard.
But again, my perspective and my perspective alone. So
sure.
mention that.
You're valid for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. I know, but you're going to get emails.
That's fine. That's fine. Just remember to send them to some other podcast at gmail.com.
Well, and I think this is a really good, important conversation because, and why I was really took a long time to find, really wanted to find some diversity of different genders and different voices on this podcast, because I do think we have different experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. The gender politics that are kind of involved are striking to me.
Right. That never comes up in straight, relationships or gay relationships, right? Because there is no, it's the same, like gender politics don't come up. Right?
This is all really unique to being bisexual.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if you said this is kind of striking thing, Lola, which was that it's more acceptable for women to be bisexual. What is that about?
I don't know. What the fuck does, I don't know. They're messed up out in society. No, I think that in my perspective, and also I am like, I don't know, I am an older person now, I would say, right? It's been a while since I was like, in the dating scene. But I think that, at least from my perspective, when I was growing up, that two women making out to a man's perspective was hot.
It's hot for everyone.
And something to be, it is hot.
It's pretty hot.
But like it is to be kind of sought after, like, oh my God, my girlfriend will like kiss this other girl. How fucking lucky am I?
I think it comes to like the guy of, oh, I can conquer 2 castles at once, if you will.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I do think that that's part of it. And I don't think it's the same experience as like we, you know, as a society look at 2 men together and we're like, well, they're just gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I wonder, I mean, I'm going to borrow a term from college, but there's this notion in sort of feminist studies about the male gaze, right? That sort of everything is interpreted through the lens of male desire and sexuality, everything.
Sure. I mean, we're getting closer back to that, I think, right now. In our
we
world.
might be slipping more.
At least in America, but yeah.
But when you look at how power structures work, it's really helpful to consider what impact the male gaze has. And in this case, I wonder if you've hit right on it, which is it's more acceptable for women because that's what men like. And it's less acceptable for men because that's what heterosexual men don't want.
Right.
As someone who's seen both sides of it growing up, like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, say more about that, V. Tell me about that.
So like when I was younger, like I said, a lot of my friends growing up were guys, because like that was the kind of sports I played. Like I played soccer, I was a kicker for football, because like I said, I was always super feminine looking, so all of my muscle mass and weight was just always on the thighs, you know, go with thick thighs kind of thing. You know, good problem to have. Anyways, except for when you're trying to wear diapers that are a little bit smaller and they end up cutting the circulation off on your legs, but we'll get there.
Right. Yes, I have heard this complaint many times.
God,
yes, for sure. For sure.
I'm the worst candidate because I'm right in between all of the sizes in the world. It's like mediums are too big in the waist and too small around my thighs. So then, and like, you know, I can't go up in any size because then I can't tape them on. So I end up having to go with mediums that the tapes always look crazy. The top tapes will be touching and the bottom tapes are like way out there to fit around my thighs. But anyways, like all of my friends growing up would talk about like, oh yeah, like I'm with this so-and-so cheerleader or whoever they may be, popular person in college or high school or whatever it may be. And she's bi and like she kisses her best friend all the time and I'm going to sleep with both of them. Like it's some sort of conquest. And I'm just like, but do you really know either of them? Like,
That is a great demisexual question too, right? Like,
I know.
How well do you know these people before you sleep with them?
Do you even know their name?
That's great. Do you even know them? It's a great point. And this conquest thing is definitely real, right? It's just, I was struck because I thought of this conversation as not having a strict gender dynamic, but as you have discussed it, it really does. And I wonder if the expectation for bisexual men and bisexual women are different, and if they have different experiences. It sounds like quite possibly, and it may be a function of this.
Everyone expects a girl to have a bisexual phase in college, the sophomore gay phase. No one expects that from a guy.
Yeah. And I certainly am hearing and have heard that like when a guy goes through that bisexual phase, if you will, or trying things out, that they're presumed actually to be gay. It's not like, oh no, you really love women, you're just trying things. It's no, you actually love men and the women were a phase.
Yeah. When I lost my virginity to a man, it was always like, oh, you sucked one dick, now you're gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm a woman dating a woman. I'm technically a lesbian. So yes, I was gay, but
that's the mind fuck of it all.
Yeah, exactly. But when you like really consider things, it's like, but now you're, you know, 2 roommates in college, you know, have sex, and like 2 female roommates in college have sex, then they're just sophomores in college. But the minute 2 guy roommates do it in college, then, oh no, they're just both gay men now.
That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah. And Northern Life, you said even with all that if you hang out in gay communities, gay men communities, you may still not be accepted as fully gay. So once again, I keep coming back to this.
Well, Northern Life isn't fully gay.
Right. No, that's what I mean.
Right.
Like there's no place. There's no place where everybody says, yep, you belong here.
We just need to make bi bars.
We need to have bi bars.
I don't know.
Bi bar.
So we were in a bar last week, one of our favorite places in the world.
Yeah.
And randomly, Lola mentions, we're a couple drinks in. We know the bartenders pretty well.
Yeah.
She goes, well, I'm bisexual. I have a girlfriend. And one of the bartenders goes, oh, my God, I'm bisexual. And then one of the other bartenders goes, so am I. And it turns out all three of the bartenders were bisexual and Lola and probably two other people sitting at the bar or whatever. Like
all of us were poly too. Actually.
Yeah, and everybody was poly. And they were like, I think this is our area's only bisexual bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Can we just
We've
call
done it
that though?
It's a bi bar.
Yeah.
So off the recording, can we get the address for this?
Yeah.
Because I'd love to come one day.
Yes.
Come visit for
Please. Sure. It's the best. We love them so
best.
much. Yeah.
So what is great about being bisexual? We've talked about some of the hard parts.
Huh.
What makes being bisexual awesome?
Uh,
Well, everyone's hot.
Yeah.
Preach it.
Yeah, people are so beautiful, and I love it.
Yeah.
Because, I can go home with a woman, and she's beautiful, and then, a girl needs a daddy,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think for me, and I've talked about this before, I think, and this is something we can talk about more, I'm still a little bit in my head about am I bi or am I actually pan? I don't know. I've always identified as bisexual because I tend to be mostly attracted to very feminine women and very masculine men. It just in my experience. And so within that, it's fun because I get to really play and feel so many different kinds of energy. And that's really life-giving to me. And that's one of the best parts of being bisexual.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, it sounds like kind of amazing because everywhere you go, there's twice as many plus more people that could catch your eye, catch your fancy, catch your heart. That all seems wonderful. If you told me that I could expand my food palette by 2x tomorrow, I would throw my money at you. That sounds great.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's really, I can find so many different bodies beautiful, but I think for me, really, it's the different energies that I get to experience and swim in and that make me, that also makes my feminine and masculine energies, we all have both, makes them come out more and be able to be more actualized in that. Yeah.
What else? Northern Life, I'm curious for you, what do you love about being bisexual?
I just love it. I don't know how to properly describe it because at the end of the day, I love the fact that I can connect with both men and women across the spectrum. And my bisexuality is when I'm attracted to the person, I would describe myself as a true Kinsey, middle of the road, Kinsey scale, middle of the road. For me, it's not the body, it's not what gender you are. It's all about the mind. And if I can have a full length conversation with a woman, I will want to go to the bed in about 2 minutes after having a great conversation. Same with men. And I think just being able to have that open connection of having that communication is great. And on the other side, I think it's a little bit of diaper bisexuality as well.
Yes.
Because seeing a woman in a diaper is the hottest thing that I've ever seen in my life. And I wouldn't even say I go out and date or have fun with just vanilla women. It they have to be willing to be in the community or in the community to have fun with them. And that's where my bisexuality comes in a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Diaper bisexuality.
Diaper bisexuality. So I favor one sex except in a diaper, in which case gates are open. You know?
No. I think any gender in a diaper is hot.
Yeah.
In my
Okay. Gotcha.
honest opinion.
Gotcha.
Like you search through my backlog of all the things that I've looked at on FetLife and all the other programs, you'll see that it's a cross mix of everything. And that's the great thing about this community is there are so many the women and men are willing to openly participate and be put in diapers. And as someone who leans more to the daddy side of the community, it's great when people reach out to you and say, hey, let's have fun. And then you don't have to explain to them that you're a bisexual. They just want to have that diaper fun in that mind space.
I think that brings a good point too. Like a lot of bisexual people are like in a kink sense, a lot more open-minded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree.
Me and my girlfriend, we're both bisexual sexually, if you will. Relationship wise, we're very homo-romantic, very monogamous. Like we both like are very like into being like in lesbian spaces and being like girl love. Like, but when I met her, she has I know Lola, like we talked about it before, like the vanilla with sprinkles kind of thing. That's very much my partner. That's very much my girlfriend. She had like some very, I'm not gonna say no kinks, because like she definitely had things that turned her on that weren't necessarily just vanilla sex, but she wasn't exactly a kinky person until we met. And then, like, I was like, girl, I'm weird. That was, like, one of the first two things I said. It's like, I'm weird. I like pee play. I like diapers. I like being spanked. Like, I'm here for it all. And she was like, okay. And
nice.
Now it's so funny because, like, we were talking about it the other day, me and her. We were just walking down the street, and she was like, I don't know what you've done. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, I don't know if it was always there. I don't know if it was like something that I never realized and you just kind of unboxed for me. She was like, but I really have a pee kink now.
One of us.
And she was like, I don't like, she's tried, like, she's worn a diaper or two before, but like, she's not one that like enjoys wearing the diapers. She more enjoys having the control over me kind of thing. And like in our everyday life, like I'm a very alpha person. I'm very dominant in everything I do. I'm very in charge. I'm very much like kind of the girl that has her shit together kind of thing. And it's required with my job. But with her, like, the diapers are kind of her way of being able to, like, oh, not only is it just something that's intimate between us, like, you now have to ask me to pee, and you have to ask me to be changed, and, like, it's so hot. Like, I was going to say, is it
getting hot in here, or is it just all of us?
I'm a sucker for it. I can't help it. Like,
good.
I love it when someone tells me that.
Yeah, of course.
That's super hot.
Yeah.
I had sort of an opposite experience with Lola where I was like really diaper sexual, and then I met her, and she didn't unkink me. I'm still extremely kinky.
But you like diapers.
I like Lola in undies. I've never liked people in undies.
I know. I broke him internally.
Lola broke me. Like I today was like, put on those sexy panties. I want to see them.
Yeah.
That's what I want you in. So she broke my diaper kink. Good job, Lola.
That's not what I was here for. But
everyone's hotter in a diaper, though. Come on, now.
Come on, that's mostly true too.
Can I randomly ask a question to RY for a second?
Sure.
I apologize. I know it's your show, and I don't want to interject. But when Lola told you that she was bisexual, what was your first thought?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, this is a great question.
Yeah.
So it happened. We were chatting one night, and she was in the middle of significant life change. And she, in one sentence, realized and vocalized two really important coming out moment things. In one sentence, she said, I think I'm bisexual and polyamorous. And for her, and Lola, please correct me if I'm getting this wrong, but that was an identity thing. Polyamorous not meaning I want to practice polyamory. Polyamorous meaning this is who I am. Mm-hmm. This is part of me. Mm-hmm. And I remember just like bursting with pride for you, Lola, that you had come to this moment in your life where you were willing to out loud say something that you had suspected for a long time and claim something that you knew to be true but had never fully realized. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know that I had ever said the words bisexual or polyamorous to anyone out before loud, that time. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And so I think more than anything, I was so proud to be on the other end of that phone call and to be the one that you would trust enough to share these core parts of your identity with.
Yeah.
So follow up on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it over the show here for a second.
Do it.
Lola, what made you feel comfortable enough with RY to tell him that? Because just from my experience, when I told my then fiance, now husband, that I was bisexual, because I wanted to tell him before we got too committed, because I wanted him to know, he was taken back, but he came around to it after a few days of him contemplating if this is the path forward that he wanted. And literally it was back to back. Like I told him I was bisexual, and then like 2 days later after he came around to that, I was like, I also like diapers. So just a heads up, that big bang. So hit two birds with one stone. Yeah. So when he was a little bit apprehensive, so I wanted to make him know what I wanted. So what made you feel that RY was the one that you could tell and open up to like that?
I love this.
Well, I mean, he's RY, like, right?
We all know RY, but why did you?
Well, I think this is really interesting. It's a little bit of a different situation than you had with your husband, because at the time I was speaking to a friend going through a really hard time. We weren't dating. We didn't even we were both married at the time, right? Going through separations, and unknowingly, I didn't know you were had already started that process of separation while we had this conversation.
And your friend was also going through this. The friend that you were talking to, you said, was also going through a hard time.
I was going through a hard time.
Oh, you were referring to me as that friend?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about a third person. Gotcha.
No. We both were going through this hard time, right? And there was no chance in this conversation that like we were going to be dating or whatever, right? So I wasn't trying to, I don't know, I wasn't in that space of being like, well, I need to like hide, or I need to impress, or I need to whatever it is. But I was in a space of like really going through a lot of very difficult decision making for my life, and being like, am I going to live life this way that I have been for the last 15 years? Or am I going to actually truly live my full identity? And I think in talking to RY, he's just like the most incredible human in the way that he is so open and so kind, and also vulnerable. Like, you always tell your truth, and but you make so much space for people to tell their own truths. Right? You like tell your little truth, and then you like step back. You have this like very amazing gift of doing that. And so I was able to be like, I think I'm bisexual, polyamorous. And I am in a very monogamous Catholic marriage right now, and I don't know what to do about that. Even though I had told my ex when we first met, like, I think I like girls. And I'm sure at the time they're like, cool, whatever, you know, because girls like girls, and like that's fun in college, whatever. So I think, but as soon as I said that, I knew my life was going to change. And it wasn't because RY was there. It was because I said these things out loud that I knew
you
my life.
You admitted it to yourself.
I admitted it to myself out loud.
Yeah.
I think there's something very important about actually saying it to another human.
Owning it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I knew in that moment something has to change.
Yeah.
We call that night the night the world changed.
The night the world changed. Yeah.
All together now. Aww.
This is so heartwarming. Northern Life, you are welcome to come anytime. You have great questions. Come do this thing. You're awesome at it.
I love it.
I do think I wonder if sometimes people underestimate that when you come out as bisexual, they may not recognize that that's as big of a deal as it is for anybody else coming out, that it's a process, and it's scary and
it is
vulnerable.
Yeah. And I think people also just think it's like, I do think they're like, okay, you think that right now.
Yeah.
It's a phase. Oh, that is so invalidating.
I look at it
especially
as
if you're a younger person,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at it almost as like when you come out to your partner and say, hey, I like diapers, except when you tell the world that, hey, I'm bisexual, like it's the same fear and it's the same like mentality that you're dealing with. It's just, instead of it just being your partner, like there's only one person you're worried about finding out. Like this is the whole world. This is your family, your friends, everyone you grew up with. Like now they all know.
Because you might show up at the next party with a girl.
Yeah.
And they're all like, wait, what? Yeah.
It's one of the things that I've told us. Right, or both. Right.
Yeah.
And then your polyamory discussion begins.
Exactly.
That one was harder. That's been harder. Yeah.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, we need to do 5 more episodes on that. I will keep coming back to polyamory because it's so goddamn interesting. But I do think one of the themes that I'm hearing over and over again is like that somehow being bisexual keeps landing in between things. In people's minds, and then so it ends up in this space where it's not fully honored as an experience and it's not fully honored as a sexuality. And one of the things I've learned from you, Lola, just via experiencing life with you, is that and y'all, I'm not the expert, right? Again, token straight guy, but being bisexual is not being half of each. It's being all of both. It's not like you half like guys and half like girls. It's that you have the full experience of liking men and women, and in some cases, if you're pansexual, everybody else.
I thought of it that way, but that is kind of beautiful to think about. Yeah.
It is. You're not like half gay, half straight. Like you're all everything. And that's a really robust, beautiful, rich sexuality.
Yeah.
I honestly thought you were going to start singing Hannah Montana "Best of Both Worlds" there. So
I was hoping
that's where my head was going.
I'm too old for that shit. That was after my time, man.
Don't lie. Don't lie. We know you sing in the shower.
Okay, fair enough. But I think that's, we talked about this on the demisexual and asexual episodes as well. But like, I think, it's tempting to think that a sexuality like demisexual is half a sexuality, but it's not. It's being bi is not being half of two things. It's its own big, robust, rich sexuality where you're having the full experience of being attracted to and into men and a full experience of being attracted and into women. And again, if you're pansexual and everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
I'm curious. I would like to come back to, we hit on it earlier. I do think it's a lot easier to say the words and also think that or know that people are going to understand and not be intimidated by the fact like I am bisexual. That is easier, so much easier in a kink world.
Oh yeah.
And kink community than it is in like the general society community. I think it's because like kink people in general, you have to be so much more open-minded and like conscious of all sorts of different types of people and sexualities and kinks and fetishes, right? That like bisexuality is just another one of those things that you're open to and aware of. And so it's so much easier for me to be like, I've never felt weird or I guess intimidated by saying like, yeah, I'm bisexual. In any sort of kink space as it is in the other spaces in the world.
So it's actually a pretty good place to operate if you're in a kink space as a bisexual person.
Yeah, that's at least my experience. I don't know if that's y'all's experience or not.
Lola, there's something I want to bring up.
Yeah.
So I have a question specifically for you and also Northern Life as well, and it's kind of the opposite spectrum. I want to know. For both of you, is it easier to tell someone of like the same sex as you about your kinks versus someone of the opposite sex?
Ooh, awesome question.
Northern Life?
For me, most of the people that I'm trying to have sex with, and I'll just call a spade here for a second. Most people I'm trying to play with or enjoy my time with already are in the community. So I don't have to have that quote unquote coming out to say, hey, can I put a diaper on you?
Yeah.
You really look hot in a Bambino right now.
Yeah.
It's just not the thing that comes off the top of my head, because most of the people I connect with or chat with, again, going back to the diaper bisexuality here, is already in the community. So I wouldn't be able to properly answer the question that you've asked, but great question.
It's interesting to hear from you two, because like you have the daddy perspective.
Yes.
What about you, Lola? I'm so curious.
So is the question saying I'm bisexual or saying I'm bisexual and into diapers?
No. Is it easier for you to bring up diapers to other females or to guys?
I also don't know how to answer this, because every person that I have played with, well, that's not true. Actually, there was one person. Okay, so most people that I have played with since I came out as bisexual have been within the community. So I've actually never been with a woman outside of the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I have played with a man who we became friends on FET, and he was very into like piss play, but not in the ABDL community. And he actually reached out to me, and I'm like fully, like, people on FET Life obviously know I'm like the diaper person, right? So
the diaper girl,
You are? I wouldn't have known that.
And he actually came up to me and was like, I think your whole vibe is really interesting. I'm really into pee play. I see you like water sports. And that was actually so fun for me to be able to be with a person and just do water sports and not do the diaper thing. Yeah. But I do wonder if I was more comfortable in like, so I actually decided, I shouldn't say I decided, like I try to answer every person's message if they're being kind and respectful. I try to answer every single person's message who messages me. But I did notice this person was in my area because they had their city on there. And I was like, I want to talk to this person. But I do think if that were a woman, I would have been more nervous. But I think that's more my inexperience being with
it's interesting because I find it harder to bring up diapers with guys than I do with girls. But I think it's also because, like, I don't know, I think it's girls like pick up on like the energy of me being bubbly, and it's almost like disarming in a way that like I can talk about anything and like people are just like, that's wonderful and I love you because like you bring such happiness to everything you say. Versus where guys, like when I see like an attractive guy that like I'm like, oh, like you could be my daddy, then I get nervous. I don't have that nerves with women. I get that when I'm with men.
Well, I wonder if that goes back to the whole quote unquote males conquesting thing, right? Like like women aren't supposed to be the dominant forward one.
No.
We're not supposed to be promiscuous.
Right. Oh yeah. Right. That's why I'm like very passionate about like bringing back the word slut. Like, because
fuck yes, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Like it's okay to be promiscuous. It's okay to know.
Oh, you can say
no.
all you want.
Yeah. It's okay to know what you want. It's okay to ask for what you want. All of these things are amazing. And I think as women, we don't always, we aren't told that story.
Amen. Yeah.
But that's a whole different topic.
I think we have one coming up on toxic gender.
On
gender toxicity and how it impacts our lives. So, man, so right now, we're queuing up. We have to do the experience of being intersex. We have to do gender toxicity. That one's coming up. I now know we need to do pansexuality.
Yes.
We need to do the non-binary experience. that we have so much left.
I would love to do a poly. I didn't get to do the poly. That was before me.
Poly episode.
Yeah.
This is we have a conversation with Teddy Bear tomorrow about upcoming episodes for the fall.
That's right.
And we've just listed like 5. So there you go.
Yeah.
And
gonna be busy.
Keep your phone ready for that discussion on the experience of being intersex, because I think
hell yes, of course. I would love. Honestly, I was telling one of my roommates today, and like we were just having a little conversation, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, like V, you look so bright, happy, and like super bubbly these past few days. What's going on?" And I'm like, "So one of the like podcasts that like really helped me like love myself and like come into myself, like I'm gonna be a guest speaker on it, and I am so excited for it." And they were just like, "I love this for you, girl. Like you
love that.
You are just so bubbly right now."
That's awesome. We've been super stoked for this and to get to talk with you too.
Well, yeah. And it's so nice to be in a space where you get to talk about like who you are as a person, right? And there's no boundaries around that.
Yeah.
And
we all share that we like diapers.
That's
Wait, diapers? Absorbent undergarments.
Oh my God.
I'll stop saying that.
You wear a thicker underwear than everyone else. How dare you?
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't pee just the best?
It is.
Anyway,
really.
I know.
Before we finish, I'd love to ask both of you, V and Northern Life, if you could say anything, or I guess ask anyone who isn't bisexual, if you could say something to them about like what you wish they knew about our experience, or at least were open to hearing and recognizing. Do you have anything that you would share with them? Anyone?
That's so wild. I was about to ask this question. What do you wish the world knew about being bisexual?
You probably ask it better than me.
No, this is so good. I really want to know.
I want to know too, because I actually don't know that I have a concise answer in my head
then
yet.
I won't ask you first.
But
bisexuality is not something that we get to choose.
Yes.
We get to love the people we love. We get to love the genders that we love. And just because you don't feel like we have struggled enough or had to have the big coming out or date only one gender doesn't make us less than.
Yes.
And
Perfect.
in today's society, bisexuality is often looked at as less than. You're not really in the LGBTQ community anymore. It's now just the LGT community. We are not going to be erased. We are there.
Yeah.
We're here. We're bisexual. Get used to it. And be prepared for more bisexuality to come out, because I think more and more people are more fluid than they have ever been.
Yes.
And they're more willing to open out. I will say to the men who are bisexual out there listening to this, don't be afraid. It took me a long time to accept the fact that I was bisexual. And I look back on those early days in university, going from bed to bed, both male and female. And I think it was the best experience of my life. And I wouldn't change it for anything else. And just because you're scared now, and I'm going to quote, using all the analogies today, it does get better. Bisexuality is here, and you will find your community. And look at us, three bisexuals and a straight man get together on a podcast. See what can happen.
To talk about
3 bisexuals in a raincoat.
Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my gosh, I think that was the best answer. Like, you bet you phrased it better than like I could have. So that was phenomenal, and I love it.
I agree with that. Yeah.
We're here, we're queer, and my anxiety might be moderate to severe.
Very good. Very good.
Lola, do you have anything as you've thought about it that you want the world to know about being bisexual?
Well, first, I think the first thing is like, I just want people to stop saying this shit of like, you're in a phase or whatever.
Yes.
Like, your heterosexuality is a phase. I don't know. Fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know I don't think we should say that to anyone.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't. And also,
It's just invalidating people.
what if it is a phase? That's okay to change and learn and grow too.
That's true too.
Right? So I feel like we're so hung up on like, well, if you were this way, you can't be that way. And you definitely can't be both ways.
Yeah.
You know, we're very hung up on that. And that's just absolutely not true. And I do think that if you are curious about being with somebody of the opposite gender that you typically are, just go try that. Yeah. If there's somebody that you're quote unquote vibing with, you know, like if you're vibing with them, maybe you are attracted to them and maybe sexually you want to do stuff with them and you should try that. And also I want to tell you, it's okay if you do try that and you don't like it. That's okay too. You know,
but try it twice, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you'll like it the second time much better. Make sure CSI is not on the background.
Or maybe it should be. I don't
Maybe
know.
it should be. Yeah.
And also, like, to the bi people out there, maybe I'm just speaking for myself. Like, let's stop erasing ourselves too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I have learned so much from the three of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
What have you
sure.
learned?
I have learned that this is a space where you're getting a lot of invalidation, that you're getting a lot of people in multiple communities telling you don't quite belong.
Yeah.
That you have, we talk about this idea of persecution. You're experiencing it. It might look different than people in other parts of the queer world, but you're experiencing it. And I can hear it right now. And I want to tell bisexual people, like, you have a legitimate, full, complete, valid, profound, robust sexuality. Mm-hmm. You are real and we see you, and you don't have to be sort of like one thing or sort of like the other in order to be valid, that you already are. And that your experience is real, just as it is. It doesn't need to be more like something else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And just trust us. If we want to be with you, we're choosing to be with you.
Yeah.
Just trust that.
Yeah.
Just awesome, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also, I do think there is, earlier we said there are more and more people coming out as bisexual, which I'm really excited about. I am shocked that bisexuality isn't the default human setting.
Yeah.
Like it
I've
would
heard you
make
say this
sense to
before.
me as
Yeah.
the most obvious default human setting.
Yeah.
And like I think earlier Northern Life referenced the Kinsey scale, right?
Yeah.
So this is a scale from the 1940s. Alfred Kinsey, a research scientist, developed a scale from 1 to 7, or 0 to 7. 0 would be somebody who is completely straight, and 7 would be somebody who's completely gay, right? And 3.5 would be the middle, which I think Northern Life is where you described yourself. And I've always thought of myself as like a Kinsey 1 1/4. You know what I mean? Like I'm just barely not all the way straight, but I have my moments where I'm like, God, that guy.
I've heard you say that. Like, that's really hot.
Right?
Yeah.
And I have a type, and I know, like I know what I like.
Yeah.
And
I think there's a joke out there. I think it was either from one of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour guys. They said every guy's a little bisexual because when you're watching porn, you don't want a small penis pounding a girl. You want a large cock pounding it. So there's always that bisexuality in every straight man.
That's very funny.
I really do. I would be shocked if 50 years from now, 100 years from now, if we don't have massive communities of people who are bisexual, who are out and proud, and we're talking about it more, because it strikes me as there's no way that it's not more common. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But we're scared.
It's a spectrum.
Yeah.
Right? So that prompted me to... I had to look up some famous bisexual people. So this is a short list.
Let's get
people
the list.
Who are out and proud, just so that folks can start to look up. We talked about David Bowie, right? Lady Gaga, Billie Joe Armstrong. Yeah, okay. Billie Joe, Halsey, Angelina Jolie, Megan Fox, Alan Cumming, Drew Barrymore, Freddie Mercury, often mistaken for a gay man. He was bisexual.
He liked fat bottom girls.
You make the rockin' world go round. Josephine Baker. I mean, there's a fantastic list on bi.org. They actually maintain a list of famous people who are bisexual, just so that you don't feel alone, just so you recognize, like, you get to look up to people and you get to have these icons. And I want that.
The rain jacket found it for us.
Bisexual people. Oh my gosh. I have learned so much, and I'm so grateful that y'all shared your experience with me. Thank you. This is a vulnerable space, and I'm just grateful that you were willing to help me learn. And that goes for you too, Lola. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all are so cute together. Oh my gosh.
We'll stop now.
Yeah, we'll stop being so gross.
Yeah, we'll stop.
Is there anything, friends, that we didn't cover that you want to talk about?
Everyone is valid. It doesn't matter whether you're a super masculine lumberjack of a man, a super feminine femboy of a guy, a masculine lumberjack of a woman, or the most hyper femme doll you'll ever meet. You're all valid, and I'm here to say that I'm attracted to you all because
Fuck yeah.
fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love it.
I love that.
Even more attractive when you wear a diaper. Anyways.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's just a plus up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is really good, and so grateful to you, V. So grateful to you, Northern Life. I wonder if somebody wanted to follow up and get in touch with you, how might they do that? V, I'll start with you.
So I am untraditional normal on all kinds of things. I have a Reddit account that is my kinky Reddit. I have a Tumblr account that's where I reached out to Lola. And I have a Twitter and a BlueSky. You know, I know I still call Twitter or X Twitter because
Good for you.
I
It's
hate
Twitter.
Musk.
Twitter
I'm sorry.
for life.
Anyways.
Yeah, Elon Musk sucks.
Yeah. We don't talk about that name. Anyways, it'll always be Twitter to me.
Yeah, right. For me too. And you said untraditional normal. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And Northern Life, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
Only social media that I have is FetLife, so you can find me there at Northern Life AB. That's Northern Life, all one word, AB, as again, all one word, and that's only on FetLife because I'm too old for all those other things.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't part of the Discord chat, because again, what the hell is Discord
my
and how
God.
does it work?
No.
I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god.
What's a
Can we get
server?
into this whole 6-7 thing
What
right
is
now?
a
Because
server?
What does server mean in this
What are the
context?
interwebs?
It doesn't make sense to me.
Interwebs.
And just a reminder, too, that if folks want to get in touch with us, they can do that by really the fastest place is to write to us on FetLife. I am Resident Yes. She is Lola and then some. But you come into the Love and Brief FetLife group. It's a really fun, active group full of really cool people who share, as we put up new topic ideas, they're constantly sharing new topic ideas. That's where we get topics and guests all the time.
I'll have to join.
hear from you too. Yes,
Oh,
please
yeah,
get in there.
please.
Would love that. Also, you can find us on the Tumblrs. She's Lola and then some with a 0 for the last O, and I am Resident Yes, and that's enough contact.
What about Insta?
Oh, Instagram, yes.
There is a Love and Brief Instagram.
Yeah, Love and Brief
Do that.
Instagram. And if you have topic or show ideas, as we did in this episode like 5 times, please share them with us. And if you just have questions that you want answered, advice questions, we do a question roundup once every quarter, and we try and squeeze as many of those in there as we can.
Yeah, those are fun.
So don't feel like it has to be a whole show topic. You just might have an advice question you want to ask. We would be very happy to address that as well.
Don't you just love when
Lola?
one job work show makes more shows as a spinoff?
That's
just
right.
to give you
Yeah,
more
we
work
do-
to do.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah,
work
thanks,
that makes
friends.
more
Thank
work.
you
That's
so
right.
much.
That's like when you have meetings at work where they assign you work that you don't have time to do because you're in meetings.
And then they're like, let's
Yeah.
do 7 more meetings
Let's
about
do
it.
meetings about it.
Yeah.
This show is an absolute labor of love. I'll do it forever if they let me. Lola, anything else you want to share? This was your episode, and it was so great.
I just want to say thank you so much to both of you and to you, RY, as well. Like, just for sharing perspectives and being willing to share and listen and be open. And I just want to say we love all of you and happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Yay.
Friends, this has been another episode of Love in Brief.